Hi there, I'm David Gibson. I've now been teaching audio recording classes for 30 years with the virtual mixer concept. My video, The Art of Mixing, now has over 3 million views. I've sold over 100,000 copies of my book, The Art of Mixing, and The Art of Producing book is also the #1 selling book on how to produce a musical project. I've also worked with many major groups, including James Brown's band and members of the Doobie Brothers. I'm still offering online classes through my college, Globe Institute. We have a whole state-approved certificate program in audio recording and mixing. We also have a program in sound healing as well. In the recording program, you'll learn about recording, mixing, and producing. Let me give you a little more detail on what we cover. We begin with the physics of sound. I was a physics major at UC Berkeley. You know, it's really important to understand how sound works and how it bounces around rooms and how it's created in instruments, to understand the harmonic structure, so you know what the equipment, all the effects and processing are doing to the sound. We then go through the Pro Tools interface and how to do editing. But this applies to all digital audio workstations, including Ableton Live, Logic, so it's not just Pro Tools. We then go through all the different frequencies and get to know them. We even look at them based on chakras, so you can actually tune into them in any sound in the mix. And we go through a detailed process on how to use an equalizer. Then we go into the mixing process, a step-by-step process for developing a mix. We go through all the processing and effects, including delays, flanging, phasers, choruses, reverb, compressor limiters, and noise gates. We also go into microphones and miking. We go through all the different types of microphones and how to choose what type of mic and how to mic different instruments. We then go through how to produce a project with a step-by-step process that's explained in detail in my book, The Art of Producing. We look at different great productions and critique them. We also go through synthesizers and sound modules, and then we get into MIDI recording, editing, and mixing. And then you actually create your own project on a keyboard. And after you create it, we critique it with the producing process, and then you refine it and present it. And we go through mastering, how to put all the songs together into a final project. We then look at structures of mixes. My visual concept makes it easy to understand the dynamics that you create with the mix, as opposed to the song and production. I'm able to show different structures of mixes that have typically been created for a wide range of different types of songs and music. In fact, there are specific traditions that have been developed for each style of music as to how it's mixed. I will also show you different songs in real time and explain what they're doing, so you know what a good mix is for different genres and how to create them yourself, and how to be creative and push the limits of what is allowed for each type of music. For some styles of music, like classical and big band music, the traditions are very strict. For others, like hip hop and dance music, the rules are meant to be broken. We look at concert pitch as well. A lot of people are into tuning their music to frequencies like 432. We go into that in detail and how to do it. And then we go into tuning systems, which is the frequency of each of the notes in an octave, which is actually way more effective than tuning to a specific frequency. They used these tuning systems in ancient times to get people really tuned in and connected to nature. We then go into brainwave entrainment with binaural beats. This is where you use 2 different frequencies to entrain the brain into different brainwave states, including delta for sleep, theta for creativity, alpha for learning, beta for thinking and overcoming ADHD, and gamma for blissing out. We then teach you how to tune these binaural beat frequencies to the song and to the rhythm, so you can embed them in the background and get people really high. It's really effective when the rhythm and the key of the song are tuned to each other. We then teach how to use an intention and hold it with 100% focus through the whole song, so it gets carried through to the listener. So you could focus on an intention of love, and then notice the tempo of your breath, and then set the BPM of your program to that tempo. And then you can divide by 60 to get the frequency and tune the key of the song to the rhythm of that intention. By the way, we now have a prototype of the virtual mixer working in an Oculus in virtual reality. You can walk into the middle of the mix and grab the flashing visuals of the sound and place them wherever you want. It's really the mixing board of the future. We're planning on releasing a digital audio workstation that uses bubbles in the near future. It's so much more intuitive and fun. Also, because I've written the #1 selling book in sound healing, I know how sound affects a person physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. It's all about making recordings that affect a person much deeper. With all these years of experience, I learned the keys on how to take people deeper and blow them away with your music and recordings. It applies to all types of music, from jazz to rock and roll, hip hop, and even EDM. You can check out our classes at globerecording.com. You'll find a contact form there if you want to get on a mailing list, or you can just email me at david@globerecording.com. You can also call the college at 415-777-2486. I may not have a big mustache anymore, but I'm happening in the recording and mixing area and can help you too.